All right, Samantha Rendon. All right. So this is being set for a hearing on the violation report. State, did you have a chance to review the violation report?
Yes, Judge.
All right, State, what are you going to be requesting?
Full tracking.
All right, is she currently on GPS?
She's currently on GPS, Judge. That's correct.
Tracking only with 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew.
All right, so,
Or 6 a.m. to 9 p.m.
9 p.m. to 6 a.m.
No, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m.
She has to be she cannot be outside the hours of 9 p.m. until 6 a.m. That's correct.
all right, so why does she need that time frame?
I have a daughter, her doctor's appointments and stuff like that, and myself, but that was the only reason why they did open it up for me was my daughter.
All right, so are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
I mean, I'm unemployed, sorry.
All right, so you're unemployed.
Yes, ma'am.
So how old is your daughter?
She's 16 months.
All right, so then the thing you have with her is doctor's appointments?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you have a scheduled doctor's appointments?
No, ma'am, I don't.
So how do you know when she needs a doctor's appointment?
Oh, they're scheduled, yes, ma'am.
All right, so what are those scheduling appointments?
My head, I'm not sure.
At the time, you don't have the documentation
I don't.
with you.
I know she has one tomorrow at 11.
And so do you have any other family members who live with you?
My sister, yes,
And how old is she?
25.
All right. So I don't understand then why it can't just be GPS partial for doctor's appointments.
GPS partial for, would that be fine? That would work with this charter. GPS partial. is fine.
All right,
For-
so we're gonna do GPS partial for medical appointments only.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there anything else?
Nothing further from the defense, Your Honor.
All right, counsel, if you want to take a copy, make a copy of this, you can.
Yes, Your Honor. Definitely will. And then I'll give it to the clerks to put in the files.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, let me add, I'll add that they waive the fees on here.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Judge. I was gonna ask.
Hopefully they can read my writing.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
welcome.
Best of luck with your trial.
All right, thank you. Just one second, let me add something else in there because they may say, well, it's her medical appointments.
Oh, yes.
So,
Clarified.
all right, so Vashon, my understanding, the person with the measles went to Texas State University in San Marcos, Twin Peaks Restaurant in San Marcos, University of Texas at San Antonio main campus, Tussauds Waxworks, Ripley's Believe It or Not, and Ripley's Illusion Lab in San Antonio, Mr. Krabby's Seafood in Live Oak, and Bucky's in New Braunfels. So Mr. Krabby's Seafood, is that named after a Krabby Shack from? It is? I've never been to Mr. Krabby's.
Well, wait 30 to 60 days.
30 to 60 days, okay. All right, excuse me, miss. What's her name? Excuse me, what's your name? All right, do you have a case on the docket?
No.
All right, are you a witness? All right, you're excused from the courtroom. And who was the person who was communicating with the person in the audience? You know you're not supposed to do that. She claimed you as as her boyfriend. So who's her boyfriend? All right, you know you're not supposed to do that. Now she came downtown and she's not going to be able to see you for a long length of time because she's talking to you in the box. And the reason why that's done is for security reasons. The deputy doesn't know what that person's intention is towards you. You understand? All right, so next time I'll allow her to come back if you're here for another setting, but next time you can't talk to her, you understand? All right, thank you. Court is calling 2024 CR 011984 State versus Daniel Montoya. Could I have parties announced for the record? State. Defense.
Arlene Gay for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Montoya?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, I do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor. State will be proceeding as to count one only, and we will waive count two.
Any objection?
No objection.
All right, you're charged with the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? If the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could fine you and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Do you understand? Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count one. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at 2 years in the prison. There's a $500 fine, affirmative finding of deadly weapon. The state is silent on your application for deferred adjudication, and there's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition? All right, you're gonna have to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
Then to count one, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing or are you requesting a PSI?
The court's gonna give him deferred, no PSI.
Well, this is the reason why I say that. I don't know if I'm going to give him deferred or not, but the PSI, it takes about 8 weeks. So you'll probably be coming back in April. If you want to reset this for sentencing and bring whatever witnesses you want to bring, then I can have him come in sooner than that.
I think we can waive the PSI and have a hearing. I think he has a story to tell. I think he's rehabilitating himself. He was at lifetime recovery.
All right. So when do you want it brought back?
Um,
2 weeks?
I think 2 weeks.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if we can bring this back in 2 weeks and probation, the PSI will be waived. It's just the week of March 10th is spring break for people.
Okay. March 17th is a Monday
Yes,
and the week before is spring break.
yes.
Why don't we do it the 17th?
All right. All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you can put this for March 17th.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, and if you'll speak with probation before you leave. Who's here on Jose Gonzalez? Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, so where are we on discovery?
I think I have all the discovery I needed, but I had filed a motion for an appointment investigator on October 22nd. As I think you're aware, I had to take a leave.
Yes. So it's just being presented to the court today. Okay. All right, so before we get to that, State, did you tender an offer?
Your Honor, yes, we've been discussing offers back and forth.
All right, Norma, on this case, I need a plea deadline date for 30 days. All right, March 27th. And then I'll sign your order. All right. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Hi, you're going to want to pause here to read his criminal history. It's pretty long. I know pausing and reading isn't ideal, but if I was to do this in AI, it would be 12 minutes long. I can do Discord if you want to see it there. If you shoot me an email, I can send it to you there. If I put 12 minutes of AI in here, everyone's going to complain. But I do want you to be able to read it if you want to see it. I can also keep putting the QR code up, and that would link you to the document.
Javier Herrera,
Yes, Your Honor.
just come down. All right, today, I think, is your plea deadline date. Is that correct?
Yes.
You want a jury trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll bring you back over dressed tomorrow for jury trial.
Tomorrow?
Uh-huh,
Yes, Your Honor.
okay.
Thank you.
This trial shouldn't take that
Okay.
long.
Okay, we'll come back tomorrow.
All right. Deputy Laura, can you have him dressed for tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
It's done. Court is calling 2024 CR 012760 State versus Jakayvin Jones. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
In gallery for the state.
Defense?
George Schaefer for defendant, Your Honor, may I have him come up?
Yes. And are you Mr. Jones? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, the state moves to proceed on the lesser included offense of theft from person, state jail felony.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor, we join the state in that request.
Did you understand that the state was proceeding on the lesser included offense of theft from a person as a state jail felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of theft from person. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at 8 months in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. There's a $1,000 fine and there's no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense, the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
If we could, please, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
For Your Honor, he did something stupid here. He stole 2 packs of cigarettes and a vape from the store.
Why are you doing this?
I heard purchase something that wasn't like this, so I just grabbed it like proof of point or whatever. I wasn't trying to.
Wait, I don't understand what you're saying.
I said I bought something from whatever, and it was like basically like K2 I was told, so I just took a whole bunch of stuff like, 'cause I was mad. That's it, and I threw it out the window. I wasn't trying to hurt nobody though.
Well, here's the thing. You can't be doing that. Now, guess what? This is a felony on your record. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
What are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
Going to barber school.
All right. You better do it. Otherwise, there's always room at the jail. You understand?
I'm good on the jail. Been to the lab.
Did you love the Johnny Sacks? Food's not great. It's not. All right. Court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to 8 months in the state, 8 months in the Bexar County Jail. Under 1244, give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,000 fine, time and money to run concurrent. All right, good luck to you. Do better.
Judge, she's got 135 days in jail. We would ask the court to give him credit for all of that, of course.
Oh, he'll receive credit for any time that he's been in custody. All right, thank you. Court is calling 2024 CR 008165 State versus Marcus Trammell. Can I have parties announced for the record? State,
And her said,
defense,
Charles Bunt for Mr. Trammell.
and are you Mr. Trammell? All right, did you understand you're charged with threatening, terroristic threat? I don't know what this IMP stands for. Does anybody know what IMP stands for?
I don't know,
Something
but
public servant.
but I suspect it stands for impaired public service.
All right, so let's be sure that's what it means instead of we suspect. So you're charged with terroristic threat, and they're saying in the indictment that it was with intent to place the public or a substantial group of the public in fear of serious bodily injury. That's a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Do you understand? If the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Judge.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years. And Bashan, are you ready? There's to be no contact with B as in boy, D as in Daniel, Holt Company, HOLT, Holt, Texas Limited, and all affiliated entities, Holt Group, including their owners, officers, and employees, included, but not limited to the following current and former employees: Michael Purrier, Puryear, Megan Lindberg, Lindberg, Becky Hutchinson, Beki, Jeff Stewart, Joy Jackson, Joyce Pingle, Pingle, Deanna Perez, Madison McNabb, Rosemary Gee, Sarah Scanlon, Pauline Tyler, Jessica Beers, Bearss, Brian Ramirez, Miko Roberto, Missy Grantham, Carissa Henry, Aja Kai, Aja Kai, Kalingal, Kallingal, Dan Norris, Peter Holt, and Karina Holt Richter, Richter. Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead?
No contest.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
You're prepared to proceed, Judge.
All right, and this was discussed off docket with defense counsel in the state. My understanding is that there's going to be a referral to Veterans Treatment Court.
Yes, Judge, we're hoping that the court will grant him deferred adjudication today. We have Veterans Court present in the courtroom with us. And we are going to further continue that discussion. We believe he's an excellent candidate for Veterans Court. He served our country proudly, and it is his hope that he will be accepted into that program and have every reason to believe he's an excellent candidate for that program.
All right. So is there any fear from either party that of releasing Mr. Trammell before the?
Assessment?
Yes.
I would actually prefer if he was released, Your Honor. It is completely up to you. I believe he's been in custody for a little bit, my understanding. So if he's out, we'll be able to get the necessary documents. We'll have him report to us on a frequent basis. So we'll let you know if we have any problem.
All right, and there's no fear for the safety of the community from either side?
Not from my side, Your Honor. And from speaking a little bit with the defense attorney, I don't foresee any issues.
State?
Not from the state.
All right, then what we'll do is the court will sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication. There's to be a referral to VTC, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. Out of custody, the following, TAP evaluation and a MIC evaluation. Of course, if you're accepted into Veterans Treatment Court, here you go, counsel. If you're accepted into Veterans Treatment Court, then Veterans Treatment Court will actually be supervising you, not this court. The only time you'll come back to me is if you want me to show up to your graduation, which I will, or if you're not doing well, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, there's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. What do you do in your spare time?
Run a business.
I'm
Have
sorry?
my own LLC. I try to.
All right, what do you do
I'm a consultant.
for,
Uh,
what do you consult about?
I help the Army and the armed forces. I actually came up with the cure of cancer. I got an appraisal from NASA for helping improve some systems.
All right, so it's going to be 200 hours of community service restitution. If there is something that you can suggest for his community service hours, I always keep an open mind on that, as long as it's something that is approving him and rehabilitating him.
Yes, Judge.
Do you have any children?
Yes.
And what are their ages?
25 and 19.
Okay. And there's going to be field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. And I'll deduct 100 hours of his community service restitution if he when he completes anger management. And then there's to be no contact with the persons previously named. So that means you're not to go to the location at all or contact any of those persons that were previously stated. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so there's to be proof of employment within 45 days of release, no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. All right, in this court, to be successful, communication is key. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know about it. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court and I'll address it. Do you understand? Make sure that you keep up with your appointments with Veterans Treatment Court. So you're going to be released from custody. They'll probably release you sometime at midnight or 1 a.m. I have no control over that. And then what will happen is you'll set your appointment up with the VTC. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Good luck to you. I don't think he hasn't been sworn in yet, has he? All right, Charles, in your case, Tony Rodriguez, if this is just that a bondsman has to be removed from the bond,
Yes.
then it appears that the bond should probably be set back at its original
Because there was a surety to surrender back in December of 23 or something. So I'm just asking if you'll set the bond back at that amount.
All right, State, are you have any objection?
No, Judge.
That bond was 35, as it says in the motion, I think that bond was 35,000. Excuse me, 25,000, I'm sorry.
Well, he has two.
35.
One is the PF case. The PF case is different from the CR case, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, but the PF case, I think, has since been indicted, since the filing of our motion.
All right, and so what was the previous bond on that one?
Are you talking about Judge PF 2024 PF 15325?
Yes.
The original is 25,000.
And then in the one that's 2024. All right, Mr. Rodriguez, if you'll come down, please. All right, Mr. Rodriguez, previously a magistrate set your bond. And the cause number ended in 15325. They set it at $25,000. And the cause number ending in 9421, they set it at $20,000. The reason why you have no bond is because the bondsman no longer wish to be on your bond. Do you understand? All right. So my understanding from both parties, that is the only reason he doesn't have a bond. It wasn't that he violated bond conditions with the court. Is that correct?
That's my understanding.
Yes, Judge.
All right. So these are each drug cases. I still need to take you under oath, Mr. Rodriguez. We're going to go on the record in 2024 CR 009421 and 2025 CR 001529 State versus Tony Rodriguez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Beer, Your Honor.
Charles Bunk.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Tony Rodriguez?
All right, in the past, have you ever been diagnosed with any mental health issues?
No.
Have you ever taken any type of medications for mental health?
No.
In the past, have you ever used any type of drugs?
Yes.
And what would that be?
Methamphetamine.
All right, and in the past, how often were you using?
I was every day, everything. I was doing.
All right, so this is what the court is going to do. In cause number ending in 21, I'm gonna set your bond at $20,000. And I'm gonna order 120 sober meetings in 120 days. And there will be regular UAs and I'll waive fees. Mr. Rodriguez, if you feel as though you need more to maintain your sobriety, let the court know and I can change conditions that can help you maintain your sobriety. It's not a punishment, it's for you to be
No,
clean and sober, okay?
I heard about lifetime. I don't know if that is.
If you would like for me to put lifetime
No,
as,
Yeah, if I'm able to get out or whatever, of course, you know.
well, I can request also lifetime outpatient treatment. And so I'll say outpatient treatment
I mean,
with lifetime recovery.
Oh.
So you'll need to make sure you check in with them, okay?
okay.
And then in 2025 CR 001529, the court will set your bond at $25,000. There's to be 120 sober meetings in 120 days. Regular UAs, waive fees, and outpatient treatment with lifetime recovery. And Ms. Ferguson, can you give me a 30-day reset on these cases for discovery? All right, your discovery will be March 27th. And if you'll give him the reset form to sign.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
May we be excused?
Yes. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 11670 State versus Umberto Nunes. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
Rafael Leal for Mr. Nunes, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Nunes?
Yes.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, we're proceeding with count one, waiving count two.
In count one, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. According to the plea, state is proceeding on count 1. Your punishment is to be assessed at 180 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. There's a $1,500 fine and there's no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Then to the offense in count 1, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Number four.
No contest.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, my client has accepted responsibility and we're asking that the court follows the agreement we made with the state.
All right. And are you here legally?
Illegally.
All right. Then the court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. Give you credit for any time served, and there's to be no re-entry into the United States. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Is that Leal's client? Mr. Leal, you have Mr. Thompson in the box.
Yes, Your Honor. We need perhaps to reset him, Judge. This is the first setting.
Could I see the, all right, Mr. Thompson, if you'll come down. How are you doing, Mr. Thompson? So you have several counts, I believe, in your indictment. One is a possession less than 1 gram and the others are high-level felonies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset this to give your attorney some time to look over the discovery and make sure that he has everything, okay? All right, so Ms. Ferguson, can you recall this back in 30 days? If your attorney wants you brought back over sooner than 30 days, we'll have you brought back sooner, okay? And the reason why I give 30 days is because 1, you won't get lost in the system, and that will give your attorney more time to look things over, okay? All right, so we'll be back on March 31st, but if your attorney wants you brought back over sooner, we'll have you brought back over sooner, okay? All right, thank you.
This is Robert Thompson continued. You're going to want to pause. This is just his criminal history. A little purring to keep you company. This whole thing's just going to be over in a couple seconds, or maybe 10.
Court is calling 2024 CR 4065, State of Texas versus Crystal Molina. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Nicole Thornhill for the state.
Defense?
Monica Anna Guerrero for defendant.
And are you Miss Molina?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you entered a plea to count 2 of no contest. The state waived counts 1 and counts 3. According to the plea bargain agreement, there's no application for deferred adjudication, and the state is recommending community supervision. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I think on this case, the defendant was to pay half of the restitution.
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant, we spoke last week. I was told she had the money last Monday. As of today, she no longer has the cash for the restitution in her possession. We have, the money is coming from family members who are helping her. This morning, we're waiting on a deposit into our trust account, so that we can ensure that that can be deposited with the court.
All right, I'll see you all back at 2 p.m.
If I may also say, we would want the money in our trust account, we'd want that to make sure it's cleared. So I don't know that at 2 p.m. today.
So
that
does
would
she
be-
have a check?
She doesn't have a check or a cashier's check. Not today. We've been scrambling, trying to get that money to the court today. The
So
person who's providing the money is in California. And so it's been a little hard.
So I don't understand why, we can go off the record. I don't understand why a few days ago she had the money and now she doesn't. Somebody explain that to me.
I can. I had the cash and then I had a falling out with my mom. So I gave her the 3,000 back. And this is where we're at.
All right, so that means that you have 2,000, correct?
Not in my possession.
Well, where is the 2,000?
I sent it back to my brother-in-law and my sister. Because I was just, you want me to be honest, I was just gonna come here with nothing and whatever you sentenced me to.
All right, well, if you come here with nothing, I'm not following this plea bargain agreement. So, and I will tell you all, the last time I'm going to reset this case for money to be given, and this will be the last date for this, otherwise you're going to jury trial because I'm not going to accept the plea. So are they deposited in your account today?
That's what we've been told.
All right, so you're all going to come back on the 27th.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Ms. Ferguson, that's a recall for the 27th?
Judge, may we approach?
Yes.
We've discussed in the alternative, and this is just an idea we're brainstorming together, is to add a condition of probation that money be paid within 30 days, and if not, that there'd be an MTR.
No. Because at the end of the day, following a motion to revoke on not paying money, if she comes in and she provides proof that she has no funds, then the motion to revoke cannot be granted. So
Okay.
I'm giving till Thursday.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Judge.
You're welcome.